Hey everybody, welcome to Falcon Plays Skyshine's Bedlam. I've been keeping my eye on this game for a long time now, and I finally have a copy of it over here to show off, and I can't be more excited about it. I'm not going to sit here and talk your ear off about what's Bedlam, what's this and that. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown, but we want to get into this game as soon as possible because it's just really fun. I've been playing it non-stop since I got my hands on it yesterday, and I kind of want to play some more of it. But what's really cool about this, you can actually rename your units, and this is where you guys come involved. I want to get you guys involved in this series, so here's what we're doing. Let me know in the comments, Falcon, I want to be part of the series, and this is the name that I want for my character, and I will add you, I will rename you into one of the characters. Don't tell me like, Falcon, I want to be a shotgunner, I want to be a frontline person, I want this. It's going to make it too difficult for me. Just let me know you want to be in the game. I'll grab your name, I'll throw it in a randomizer, whoever gets picked, boom, gets renamed, so on and so forth. Just be aware. Don't get too attached to your character because a lot of the units here are going to be meat shields for the most part because this game is not easy at all. Let's stop talking, let's get into it, and let's see, we'll do a new run over here. So this right here is going to be our Dozer, where we start off with. As we progress, we could actually unlock a few more. We have a mutant one over here, a very persuasive mutant. May have actually tamed and trained this monstrous creature for travel. It's not really more of a Dozer, but really like literally a giant, weird, mutated creature type of thing. We have the Marauders, we have the Cyborgs, we have Rogue AI, and that's going to be us, the humans, the only thing available to us right now. This will be a few certain skills that the Dozers do actually carry. They require power cells to use in combat, which I normally like to use my power cells for upgrades when it comes to fuel and food and healing my people faster. Basically, you can up the proficiency in those categories. That's what I normally like to do. And this will tell you right here the proficiency of said Dozer in those categories. So as you can see over here, the Dozer right here, our Dozer, the BONESHAKER, doesn't really have too good fuel proficiency. So you might want to actually increase as soon as possible and maybe even producing meat for us. But anyway, let's get into the game over here. We're going to be going to humans. That's the only person available to us. We're going to be going with normal because I don't play around, dog. So let's get underway over here.
The BONESHAKER.
The BONESHAKER. So it should also be noted here that the game, I can't save it as you go along. You can't save it as you go along. There's no like, let me just go ahead and take a little quick save here in case things go wrong, I'll just reload. No. It basically saves whenever it feels like it. So I'm not even entirely sure when I could stop recording right now, and I don't really have too much time because I need to actually get out of here for the weekend. But it's just so difficult because I have no idea when it actually saves. There's no notification of it anywhere, so it kind of makes it a bit tricky. And if you don't save, if you exit the game, it'll throw you to the last save that it determined to actually be ideal to your run. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I have no idea when I'm going to stop recording right now. So let me go over here and go into Tutsko, which is going to be cyborg territory. I don't mind dealing with them. So every time that you go into a location, you'll see a little Dozer is kind of doing its little whatever thing. At the city's outer wall, the formidable automated outer defenses are deactivated and the omnium alloy barricades slowly apart. An ionized Nimbus suddenly wafts into the staging bay from the deadly environment outside, instantly disintegrating an unprepared technician caught too close to the exit, a cruel harbinger of the journey's impending danger. And that's going to be us right there, leaving the Bysantine to head over to Aztec City, hopefully. The Dozer engines rumble to life and the great machine forges ahead into the desolate realms of Bedlam. Alrighty, so we're living the Bysantine over here. We're going to be going through all this. The longer you take over here, by the way, in the map, the more this will actually elevate. And the further along this gets into Bedlam, the more harder each mission becomes and the more enemies, etc., etc. This would cost us 4 days, 140 fuel reserves, and also 96 meat reserves. And you could actually make this a lot easier for yourself. As a matter of fact, let's do it now. We have 25 power cells, correct? We'll come over here and I'm going to dump some of these power cells into some of these upgrades. So I want to start off with, remember, the Dozer has terrible fuel efficiency, so we'll start off with this one. I'll use 10 to actually upgrade us to level 1. And this will give it a 12% improvement, meaning we use 30 fuel per day now, which isn't too bad. I also want to go with meat. And I'll do meat. Now, the reason why I'm doing meat and not another level of fuel is something I will show off pretty soon. But before I do, I want to make it trigger first, and then we'll kind of go along with it here. Shortly after leaving Bysantine, the Dozer approaches a large obstruction of scrap metal in the road. The crew disembarks to inspect the debris, only to be suddenly surrounded by a group of sinister cyborgs.
That vehicle in the snaz. We're gonna strip the gear and scrap the rest. But first, your pure flesh has gotta go.
Alrighty, Cyborg, we'll see about that with your Arnold Schwarzenegger minigun there. So, alrighty, check this out. Let me remove all these people out of here. These will be, by the way, the people that I will be remaining you guys to. So, we have Deadeyes, which are your snipers in a sense. Frontliners are going to be these dudes with, like, crazy laser swords. They're going to be basically your frontline people. They move really fast, they move pretty far, but they don't really cause too much damage. But they're pretty good at actually annoying snipers on the enemy side. Gunslingers are going to be your all-around dudes. They basically have medium range, medium movement, medium damage. Trenchers are going to be your shotgunners. They have pretty decent movement as well, but they're very limited to their range, so you kind of have to be up close and personal to get those shots off. And their attack actually does push your enemy back 4 spots, or not 4 spots, I think it's 2 spots. But it is a pushback effect to it, which is actually sometimes really ideal, especially for combinations. Keep that in mind, we might see a few of those. So these are the people I'll be renaming you guys to, so let me know in the comments, Falcon, I want to be in it, this is my name, and I will add you to it. Again, no specializations, please. It's going to make it too difficult for me. So, depending on how many people you take, you'll actually reduce some of these rewards right now, so keep that in mind. For Frontliner, I mean, sure, I'll take Dens. Let's get out of here really quickly. I'm gonna pick up Jazzerium, the sniper. I don't practice Jazzerium. I ain't got no crystal huncher, because you're the next guy. I don't know what I'm talking about. So we have a gunslinger, we have a sniper. Excellent. Frontliner. Yes, I'll be with you pretty... Actually, let's get you right now. Yeah, let's get you Dense. Get Dense in here. And then for our Trencher, let me go with Leandra. I like that haircut. Pretty good. Pretty hipster of you. A little bit of a mohawk there. A little bit of a mullet. Party on the front. Or what is it, like business in the front, party in the back? There you go. 2 gunslingers. Let me go also and take Lilas over here. Let's go forward. So I believe, what are we fighting over here? Cyborgs? Yeah, cyborgs. There they are. They're scary. They're really strong. They actually pack more of a punch than the regular enemies. The only problem is that whenever they start moving, they start losing HP. So you could definitely work that to your advantage. Up here, the blitzometer, whenever this fills up, you can't really take too long in a fight. If you do, this will fill up completely, and they'll take a blitzometer turn, meaning they'll actually take like 1,000,000 turns in one, and they could devastate your party if that happens. So you definitely want to finish these fights as soon as possible. This over here is going to be some resources, fuel, meat, and power cells. You could actually pick these up in combat, and you actually acquire them for your actual resources. But while you're doing that, you're also wasting time. That blitzometer is kind of filling up, so you kind of have to make a decision here. Is it worth it? If it's in your way, pick it up. If it's not, ignore it, go after the enemy. Otherwise, you're in for a treat here. And by a treat, I'm being really facetious. You're in for a bad time. Anyway, so right now we have a shotgunner over here, we have Frontliner, and we have a Deadeye. I'm going to start off with here. Deadeye cannot aim at me right now, which is fine. Frontliner cannot get to me. He could come up to over here. Shotgun Man can possibly move over to me and then shoot me in the face over here, which wouldn't be too great. So let's start off by... I don't think we have a shot anywhere, really. I'm going to move my sniper here. And I'll show you soon why, because I want them coming towards me. So we'll do that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to move my Frontliner... I'm going to say down here. And that's going to be to hopefully trigger some of these guys to follow him down here. And then we could get him in the open and we get some shots off. Sniper moved, thankfully. No shot for him. Snipers don't really have a long range of walking, as you can imagine, but they actually have long range from their shot. That would make sense, right? They're snipers after all. Nothing gets by me. Alrighty, Huncher. This guy's down to 9 HP, so we need to do something to actually hurt him pretty fast. They don't hit... Well, actually, they hit pretty hard. Frontliners normally don't, but the cyber variety do. Boy. I don't think we're gonna get any shots off on here. With any luck, though, he'll come after our Frontliner, which I don't mind sacrificing here if it has to be. So we don't have a shot with our Hunter. We don't have a shot with our Sniper, no matter where I move her to, or move him to. And Lilas, no shots as well. This over here is another shotgunner, right? Alrighty. I'm gonna come down over here, I think. Sniper cannot shoot me, great. I'm gonna come down over here and start getting a few shots on... I could come after the Frontliner, but he's getting a little bit of a defensive boost from being over here crouched next to this, so he has a higher chance of evading my shot. So I'm gonna go with the guaranteed one over here to at least start doing some damage to these guys as we go forward. And he walked forward, took a shot. Luckily, he just pushed me back. That's the trencher ability, pushing back enemies with the shotgun blast. So luckily for me, he came over here, and I should have a good shot over here to finish him off. Great. Not a big deal. Sniper Man really scares me. Those are guaranteed one-shot kills, so be careful with that. He has to move and then take a shot. So as you can see, those little red markers in the floor basically signifies where his shot would be at. So, we need to get this front liner out of here too. Oh no, I wasn't trying to shoot him yet! That was a mistake on my part. Luckily, they moved forward and they didn't even attack, so I will take it. You know what I want to do? He's gonna probably hit me, twice for 4 damage, meaning he would have killed his frontliner next turn. I could sacrifice the frontliner and just go after the sniper. That's a possibility as well. Sniper does not have a shot on me just yet. Next turn he would have to move and then take a shot, if that happens. But he's more than likely we're gonna see more activity from the frontliner. So what I'm thinking we do is, this guy needs to get away from this, this little pillar. Not even a pillar, really. Barricade. There you go! Barricade's the right word. Let's see about moving up here. What this is going to do is actually hopefully get him to move after me, and then what we could do is get him out of that little crevice that he's over here hiding in. Now, this is fine. Let's go ahead. Sniper does not have a shot. Nowhere? No, unfortunately not. Let's get my sniper over here. Alrighty. So he's coming after the frontliner. He'll take 1 shot at him. It's okay. We might be able to pull this. Oh, no. We're not going to be able to do it. If we could take 2 shots on him, we'd kill him. But at this point, it's not going to work out because he's going to kill me the next turn. Yeah. Expect to lose early on, like especially before you get some level ups happening over here. Alright, here's what I'm thinking we can do. Not really, not much. I guess I could just hurt this guy a little bit and go down for the cause over here, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that one. So we'll hit him twice, just enough to bring him down to a little bit less health. He'll kill me next turn. He'll move, probably, or maybe the sniper. No, he'll move. And then we can just finish him off now. That's okay. Losing 1 unit early in the first fight isn't really too much of a surprise, but, you know, sometimes you can avoid it. It just depends on the roll that you get. All this setup, as you can see, is actually automated. You don't actually have any control over it. Alright, so let's come down. We want to make sure that we get the sniper next turn, so I only have 1 move over here. He cannot shoot. He has to move and shoot, which he's going to probably be doing soon. So I'm thinking what we do is we move over here. If he moves towards me, I should be able to reach him and shoot him. Yep. Oh. Ooh, good dodge, my friend. You just saved your life because this guy was going to kill you otherwise. Is there any way for me to grab any of these resources before I end this fight? No. Unfortunately, there is not. Alrighty, so we'll give the kill over to our gunslinger here. So come forward and take a shot. So as you can imagine, the gameplay takes place in turns. Every single turn, each team will have 2 moves essentially, and that's how it works out. So you have a bunch of characters, but only 2 moves per turn, so you gotta really make them work here. So we got 60 fuel, we got 90 food, and 7 power cells over here for this victory itself. We did lose somebody, but that's the case. We also took some damage to our people here, so some of these people... Oh, well, the only person who took damage is the one who died. Whenever you take damage in combat, they're going to be out for a significant amount of days, which you could actually increase by increasing your med bay over here. Where is it at? The barracks. So it kind of has a little XCOM type of feel where if your people get hurt, they're not instantly available for combat. They have to actually heal up before you can use them again. So really interesting in that regard. Right now we have 12 more power cells, meaning we could actually upgrade something again, which I will probably be doing. So let's go ahead and dump that into... fuel consumption is still pretty high for us, right? So I guess we'll do fuel one more time. Now the power cells, if you do decide to save them, you could then use them in combat with this over here, which would be your Dozer weapons and battlefield equalizers, which I will probably try to cover next time we get into combat here. I didn't do it last time. I'm not really much of a skill activator myself. I like to just go with combat and move my people around for moves, but, you know, that's another way to actually play the game, and it makes it a bunch easier if you use them accordingly. Anyway, we're up here. Let's move down over here. So this will be a point of interest. There's essentially 3 different type of jumps. There's the point of interest, which is just going to be a random event to get a few more supplies or maybe even more people to join your cause. There's also the border jumps, which is essentially not what you think it means, mind you. But it's a border jump that lets you get into the next big state or region of the map. And then there's also the, what's the other one? I'll remember it pretty soon, but let's see here. The Tonka berries, they taste like starlight. The gems are slumbering, spare the sorrow of the undoing. Motor masterstroke, the wheel sisters. Watch the pivots, they come at you slideways. I have no idea what this is talking about, but it sounds really awesome. Let's go ahead and talk to the Wanderer here. Oi, emissaries to Navigator Prime of the cryptonautic prophecies, be vigilant for the Underfinger. They will deter the pilgrimage. Only the song can diminish the Underfingers. Wither and wane. The Wanderer holds out some kind of strange makeshift device, motioning for the crew to take it. Let's accept it. The neurotronic tuning fork has been added to your cargo, and this is what I meant about the whole FTL type of thing, where each jump's gonna have a little bit of an event, sometimes not always combat related. So we have the neutronic tuning fork, alright? The Wanderer bows and continues on his way, still discussing matters known only to himself. The crew returns to the Dozer. Man, that guy was off his rocker, but he was kind of badass, man. That sounded like a heavy metal lyrics or something. Anyway, point of interest over here, this will be a actual jump point over here, which is a travel location, and this actually gets you closer to the border jump itself to get into the next region. But again, if you want to accumulate some stats, you definitely want to go after the points of interest here. So that's what I want to do early on. I like to accumulate some stats, but remember, the longer you take on the map doing these random events, the more you're actually increasing the difficulty of the game. So the longer you take out here, the more difficult it gets as you get closer to the end. So, you know, it's kind of a 50-50 gamble in a sense, you know? While exploring the area, the crew comes across a large cave entrance. A foul stench wafts from the opening. Nothing can be seen from this vantage except for inky blackness. There are no sounds coming from within. Let's go ahead and enter the cave. I'm really experimental in this game. I love just taking chances, and sometimes it doesn't pay off, but I'm just really having a great time with this game so far. The crew cautiously descends into the dank cave. Oh, it's a dank cave. Kind of like Dank Souls. Weapons ready. Adjusting helmet equipment allows them to see through the darkness to a degree. At the rear of the cave is a pack of Mangler, Vixen, Savage Bedlam omnivores. The beasts are all long dead, curled in large circles on the moist floor of the cave. The dead creatures surround a cloaked figure sitting motionlessly in the center. Oh wow, so that figure probably killed these monsters, right? Well, let's go ahead and approach the figure here. The crew strains their weapons on the figure and tentatively step forward. Calls go unanswered, leading them to believe that the individual may also be diseased. Then shockingly, the figure stands. He holds a strange object above his head and shouts fervently. What the hell is this supposed to be? The glorious Grimcatcher, bone of the hellified horrors. Tribes claimed it carried a curse, fallacy, and fable. These withered wretches at my feet prove it to be priceless talisman. With that, the man... Oh, it's a man. It looked like a female. With that, the man convulses and falls to the ground, dead. The object rolls from his grasp. It appears to be an odd handmade hoop of wire, scales, and the bones of a tiny creature. I gotta take the object. Whether it's cursed or not, I'm just so curious about it. The glorious Grimcatcher has been added to your cargo. Okay. And speaking of which, you could actually check what those things are down over here. So we have the neutronic tuning fork and the Grimcatcher. And these will be used for random events. Whether you trigger them or not is up to RNG and where you decide to actually go through your journey at. So you can pick up a bunch of these items. Can you actually get them to happen? Well, it's up to you to find out. Let's actually come down here to this other location and see if we could trigger our path down here. I think we spent enough time hanging out over here. So, yeah, let's make this jump. I think it's about time we start wrapping up this episode, honestly. As the Dozer travels along the road, you are approached by Jericho Trice, an embedded journalist from Bysantine who is trying to reclaim former glory. Greets to you, mechanic. Allow me to properly introduce myself. I am Jericho Trice, prime reporter for Now Beam Network. Or at least I was, before the embarrassing public incident with Jinxie Nimble, and that matter with the black market skin sims in carnal boxes. But to business, I will be chronicling the grueling prosperity, optimistic journey to the perpetuated Aztec City, somewhere at the opposite end of the discouraging hellscape. It is highly improbable that our signal will ever reach Bysantine, but I will be recording and telecasting our experience to the passengers and anyone in Bedlam within range of my extraordinary enlightening transmissions. Do you have a message to share regarding our progress? I'm not sure what that voice was, but I just went with it. Not now, we will reach Aztec City. Things look grim. I'm gonna say, let's give the people hope. We will reach Aztec City. Magnificent! Your unreasonable certainty despite our infestestinal probability of success is admirable. Alright, and we're gonna wrap it up right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up, leave a like. The support does mean a lot, especially for a new series. And again, if you want to get involved with it yourself, let me know in the comments. Falcon, rename me after somebody, and I will. Stick around for tomorrow. I'll have the second episode up then, and we will continue going forward with this with a while. So we'll see how this goes, how long it plays out. But we'll have some fun with it for now, for sure. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will catch you next time.